How we doing, everybody? Tim from Ski Rex Media. Let's get right into this. I need to get this out of the way right now. Is it my ad read? No, it's happy birthday to me. Okay, if you are listening to this on Sunday because you are a Patreon subscriber, and Patreon subscribers get ad-free early access to the podcast episodes. All right, my birthday is on Wednesday, but the 22nd. But if you are a general audience listener with the ads at the beginning and sometimes in the middle or near the end, it is Wednesday if you're listening to it on debut day, and that is my birthday. So happy birthday to me. I share a birthday with George Washington, for those of you who don't know that. I don't know how you don't know that. Do they still teach that? I don't even know, to be honest. It's been a long time since I've been in school, and I just don't know what's going on there anymore. And all of my friends' kids are, on their way out of high school now. That's how old they are. They're in their late teens, and, a year or two down the line, and they'll be out, graduated, done. In fact, one of them already has. In any case, happy birthday to me, and if you sent me birthday wishes, thank you. I don't know yet because it is the Friday before that, the 17th of February it is. This is all recorded at all kinds of different times because this is kind of an experiment. Now, if you signed up for Ski Rex Media updates on the Ski Rex Media website at skirexmedia.com, and I send out websites. I send out updates once or twice a week with podcast news. And I said I have a couple of experimental episodes coming up. We're experimenting. We're trying things, right? And this week's is, or would have been, a simulcast if it were done live. If it were done live, then it would have been playing on my channels for Ski Rex Media and the other person's. Like, I can't even say it's a guest because we're all guesting on on each other's podcast all at the same time, and they're going to be using this too. And I'm sure you already know who they are, but we'll get into that surprise here in a few minutes. Right now, let me tell you about Whaleback Mountain. Whaleback Mountain up here, near here, it's in Enfield, New Hampshire, which is near here. I'm in Vermont. It's right across the river. It's 15 minutes from the Ski Rex Media HQ. Yes, it is right there and super easy to get to. Exit 16 off I-89 in Enfield, New Hampshire. It's right there. It's practically on the highway. If you broke down on the highway, you could hop the guardrail, hop down a little hill, and boom, you're in their parking lot asking someone if you can use a phone to get a tow truck up to the highway. That's how close it is to the Interstate I-89. It is 1 mile off of exit 16, and it is wonderful. I love the place. They have everything you could ever want in a small package. Yes, it is a small ski area. It is independent. It is nonprofit, which makes it unique, but it has everything you want. You want something groomed? They groom stuff with a new to them groomer, and it's an awesome groomer. You want natural stuff? There's natural stuff all over the place. Add that little bit of a challenge. You need steeps? They got steeps. You need trees? They got trees. You want night skiing? They got lights, and they've been upgrading their lights, and they are bright. You almost don't need a clear lens. I would still suggest a clear lens for safety's sake. I'm going to get one, but you almost don't need one, and it's really awesome. It's a great price, $50 on the weekend for a day ticket, man. You can't beat that. Everything you could ever want. Small place, community loved and community visited. It's a community, and once you ski there, you are part of that community. Whaleback Mountain, ski it to believe it. And if you need skis and want something personal, you want something all your own, you want your length, your width, your graphic design, you want custom skis, head on over to the website of Saint Custom Skis and Snowboards. They are located up in Gorham, New Hampshire, and my boy KJ and his dad Kevin will make you whatever kind of ski you want. You want them to make you powder sticks? They'll make you a set of powder skis. If you want them to make you some all mountains or something for trees or ski boards or touring, whatever it is, you tell them your specifications. They can get it done with local materials, very local to New Hampshire, very local to Gorham, New Hampshire. They will get exactly what you want, the way you want it, and you can have your very own set of skis. that no one else has if you don't want them to be the same. Now, if you look at the website, you'll see that there is a twin set. KJ and his son have the same skis. KJ's are sized for him. His sons are sized for him. And he's a little guy. He's a young guy. So, he's a little kid. So his skis are a little shorter, but they are exactly the same. He made them by hand, and it's awesome. And there's tons of other stuff they have on their website too. SaintSkis.com, Saint Custom Skis and Snowboards. If you want something all your own, give them a shout out. They'll see what they can do for you. So this experiment that we're doing here features not only me, but Mario and Brian from the Falutin Ski Bums podcast. As you all know, we're all friends. Those guys and myself, and we finally got together at Cannon Mountain to ski. I have met them in person. We have hung out. We were down at Snowbound together. They were doing some real work, and I was doing some kind of pseudo work. So we were able to get a day, and we did it up at Cannon Mountain. A day of firsts. So there was a lot of firsts for them. There was a bunch of firsts for me, including all three of us the first time we had ever been to Cannon Mountain, which is a great place. I highly suggest it. It's very cool. Head on up to Cannon Mountain. It is an Indy Pass mountain. So if you have an Indy Pass, boom, you get 2 days. And that's awesome for them. And that's awesome for you. But we had a great time. And we wanted to share that great time with you. And again, this is the Pseudo-Simulcast. Because if we did it live, then it would have been on, Ski Rex Media's YouTube, and Falutin Ski Bum Podcast YouTube, and wherever else we can share it with whatever, live streaming software we were using. And I know what we were using. It was StreamYard, but, and I've used that for a little while myself. So it would have been all video, but it would have been, that would have been a true simulcast. This is the Pseudo-Simulcast. This interview will be part of their one of their episodes coming up this week. I'm using it because it's like a happy birthday present for me, and Brian and Mario sent this to me. Brian sent this to me this morning. He said, here you go. And I'm like, awesome. I can get it done before I head to Tennessee. And that's one less thing I have to worry about on the road. Like I said to him in text, I am not a fan of the passenger seat office. I really am not. I'd rather sit at least at a table in a fast food joint somewhere. Right. In any case, enjoy this. And these simulcasts, you're going to hear it here. And if you want to go hear it over there, they're going to have a whole other episode. Remember, their format's a little different than mine. So they're going to have a whole extra bit before this, or you can listen to this, or you can listen to that. It doesn't matter. We're all friends here, and how we react is whatever. I don't know. But here it is. Me, Mario, Brian, Ski Rex Media, Falutin Ski Bums podcast, Pseudo-Simulcast, talking about Cannon Mountain. Enjoy it.
All right. And we are live. We have another very special guest. You may know him. You probably do. Good old Tim from Ski Rex Media. Tim, welcome.
Good evening. Good evening. How we doing, y'all?
We are doing wonderful. How are you?
I am tired.
Yes.
Can you see it in my face how tired I am?
I can see it. Now, what have you been up to in the last, since we actually hung out with you last week, we skied with you, which is the reason why we're doing this podcast, but you've also been keeping yourself very busy ever since
I figured out when my now friend, business operations director over there at Whaleback Mountain up here in Enfield, New Hampshire says, hey dude, you want to be a lifty? I was like, sure, as long as I can exploit it for Ski Rex Media.
Yeah.
And he's like,
and can I carry a gun?
And can I carry a gun?
New Hampshire.
You never know. You might need it. Like, it gets wild up there, man. I've seen some crazy stuff.
Oh, you open carry and nobody's doing shit.
That's well, I just, I listen.
Lower the restraining bar now.
Put it down. It's dangerous if you don't put it down.
Down.
That's right.
Man, it's pretty wild. So I said, I'm going to exploit it. And he's like, okay, go for it. I'll pay you. Just help me. And I was like, okay.
Right.
And let me tell you, it's a job that takes a lot more being in shape than I realized. I'll tell you that. Shout out to the lifties of the world, man. I appreciate you all more and more every single day that I do this.
Big shout out to the lifties. They're doing God's work.
God's work.
Absolutely. You just sit there and watch people just fall off and be like, dumbass. And just,
I felt bad when I had like 10 kids go down tonight and off a T-bar, and I felt awful. And it was It was pretty ugly. I mean, I love the T-bar now that I can ride them, but man, I felt awful. But that's why stick me on the carpet, man. That stuff
learn
doesn't
today,
happen
kid. You're gonna learn today.
Did you see that video? I think it was on like Jerry the Day, maybe a couple weeks ago, of like the snowboarder just like sliding down.
Yep.
On the T-bar and just like bowling, just taking people out because there's nowhere to go. It was like a really narrow path.
Yeah, I saw that.
Just wiping everybody out. He couldn't stop. There's nowhere to go, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Nope. Like I tell people, man, you got to get out of the way. You got to get off the towpath. But if there's nowhere else to go, have a good day, everybody.
Yeah.
What do you think a T-bar would look like if it was invented by a snowboarder? Because obviously, when you look at them, that could be a loaded, fun question. Because when you look at it, obviously, it was invented by skiers because skiing is a much more practical, logical way to be on the snow.
I think it would look like a cross between a hammock and a tampon.
Except that might actually work, man, because the T-bar, the snowboarders don't like the T-bar, man. They just don't like it. And I get it.
Well, because they are using a very inefficient way of traveling on the mountain. Let's be honest. It's a goofy, inefficient way to travel. No hate to my snowboarding brothers and sisters, but let's be honest, it is.
I never got the hang of it, so I don't know. I tried, I failed. I'll stick to my skis. Thank you.
It would almost be like a. I think I could picture it being like a chastity belt with a butt plug that would keep you locked in place. Right? You kind of like sit and it like locks in, and you're like, whoa, and you're like, we're going up the mountain.
Remember that
like
episode
a connector
of South Park
that goes up your butt or something, like the South Park thing?
Yeah, remember that thing, Mr. Garrison's
the bike
thing?
There?
Yeah, can I just get one with regular. Well, yeah, you can, but
if you want that,
you want to. That's what it is. The It is what that was called, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it would have to look like some sort of bizarre, like sexual device for it to be efficient for a snowboarder, I think.
So, like a big dildo coming down on a bar.
It have to be, because think about
that.
With a strap.
Or like some sort of like swing. Like think about how it have to look. It has to like hold you in all kinds of ways, so you're going sideways and you're locked in.
I've seen that, man. AdamandEve.com has that shit.
That's right.
It does, man. It's like $79.99. It's really not a bad price.
And we did just have Valentine's Day. You missed out.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Happy Valentine's Day.
That's right.
Happy chocolate 75% off minimum the next day. That's the one I look for.
Now is the day you buy your flowers.
Yeah.
The 15th.
That's right. They may be half dead, but whatever, they're half price.
That's right. So you've been doing lifty work.
I have.
You've been doing God's work. Getting tired. You're hustling.
Yes.
But last Monday, we had a wonderful day. All of us together. Mario, myself, Tim. We met up at beautiful Cannon Mountain. And
Awesome.
is it Franconia, New Hampshire?
Yes.
Franconia.
Beautiful Franconia State Park there in New Hampshire.
Sounds like a medieval realm, Franconia.
Franconia, yes.
They go to war with Laconia.
They're going to take over Andorra from Franconia.
And one thing we talked about before we started recording.
Franconians invaded Andorra, and that was it.
There was so much blood. We lost so many good Franconians that day.
So many Franconians.
We shall have
they will not die in vain.
They will not die in vain.
They will not die in vain. They will be remembered as warriors.
Will live on forever.
Forever.
Long live Franconia.
They don't sound like this, but I do it anyway.
Their accent changes every few minutes. That's part of their disguise.
Franconia.
Masters of disguise, the Franconians.
To Franconia, everybody. Let's charge.
Gore Mores de Franconia.
They're
bitches. This is
Franconian paratroopers trained by doing the tram jump. So there you go.
Oh, there you go.
I got it.
Is their paratrooping program. Yes, and that was one of our inspirations for going to Cannon. Was the Dean Deakus, Dan Egan famous 1994 tram jump, which if you watch it, we don't actually see them land.
They jump.
Ooh,
go ahead.
Go
ahead and watch it. We see the jump. Right. We don't see the landing.
Ah.
What does that mean? Did they actually do it? Was there a tarp? Was there some sort of hammock? Perhaps a pile of laundry underneath? We don't know.
You're getting into some InfoWars level shit there, dude.
We are the InfoWars of ski podcasting.
Big pile of weed.
Ski is not real. Snow should be black. What's going on?
What's going on?
Aliens are taking all the snow. It's 50 degrees in February, goddammit. Sorry. Get that out of my
Thank you,
system.
Alex.
I think I'm good now.
Dude, they just jumped at some fucking Blue Dream, like a big pile of it.
It was
in my mind, that's what it was.
Well, it was a Blue Dream for them, but for us and a little Dan Egan callback, it was a white haze that morning.
Oh, look at that plug.
30 years in a white haze. You haven't picked that book up yet from Dan Egan and Eric Wilbur. Highly recommend it. Fine
100%
book.
recommend it. It was great. My copy is signed.
Oh,
look at you. Look at that.
There it is.
Oh, you got a hard copy?
Oh, you got the hardcover. That's hardcore.
Oh, hardcore.
Like a little biatch saint.
Just a little soft cover, little gentleman right here.
That's all I got.
I'm not soft. I'm hard.
That's right. Hard AF.
Hard AF, as the kids say.
Always hard. It's my life. Always hard.
See,
always hard one. That's it.
They say if you're always hard, you should go to the emergency room there. I don't know.
No, you make it work.
This is why we're taking over Andorra.
Mr. Bundy, you have a massive erection. No, it's the pleats.
What do you want us to do? Take over Andorra. Let's go.
It's the pleats, I assure you.
Poor Andorra, man.
So anyway, yes, and we got plans for Andorra. That could be like an ongoing theme, a whole new mini series for the summer. We'll see.
I'm going to reach out to their consulate because
Cannon.
It's going down right
now.
now.
Franconia, New Hampshire.
Yes, Cannon.
So to kind of give you a little backstory, Mario, do you want to give your backstory on why you were in New Hampshire last week?
So I was in New Hampshire because I wanted to go visit the coldest place on earth for a little while.
Dude, the swing, it's like it was probably 55, 60 degrees there today.
Yeah. But it was like negative 50 or something.
10 days ago it was minus 20.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled in at 2 a.m, and that was, I gotta say, the most brutal cold I've ever had. Like, and I lived in Buffalo and walked around in shorts. Like, this is brutal. So I got in Friday, saw a hockey game Saturday and Sunday. My son was up there playing, stepson playing up there. AAA hockey, 15, living the freaking dream. Like a champ. Doing good up there. But anyway, so I did Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday I'm like, guys, you want to go skiing? And you guys are ready to answer the call. You're like, hell yeah.
That's what we do. We answer the call.
Yeah.
I was there, baby. In fact, I invited myself, as I recall.
You did. Well, we were on our little East Coast ski chat, and I was like, I'm going to be up in, because it was a last minute thing. Like, we planned it probably less than a week before it actually went down. And I was like, all right, so where do we go? Do we go to Cannon? Do we go to Waterville?
No, we didn't plan anything. I got off the airplane. I took my skis out, and I smashed them together, and it just started ringing. And you guys heard it. And that was it. You just came flocking up.
Like,
we met in Canada.
What was that? What was that?
I think that's Mary. We're going up to Canada.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I heard it. I was there.
Yeah, so we ended up in Plymouth Sunday night.
The metropolis, that's Plymouth.
The metropolis, that is Plymouth, New Hampshire.
Mega college.
Home of Plymouth State University.
Yes.
Don't sleep on it. Don't get it twisted.
Don't get it twisted.
So we ended up staying there, which was kind of a good spot for us because it was, for me, it was a probably solid 6-hour drive because it's just, you look on the map from Jersey, you got to do a lot of winding and looping back across Connecticut and up through Mass and up to New Hampshire.
The best part of that place was good hotel with a market basket and a liquor store right there.
Yep.
What else could you ask for?
It did have that, and what also it had a wonderful breakfast too.
It did have a good breakfast.
Tell that waffle, that the quad waffle they had. That was
little mini waffles they had.
Dynamite. So we ended up staying there Sunday night. We went over to the Last Chair Restaurant and Brewery, and that was a really cool spot.
Yeah.
Solid food. Obviously, it's called the Last Chair, so it was very ski themed. All the taps were old ski poles. The door handles for the bathroom were ski poles. That's
awesome.
It was super legit. It's actually right by Tenny Mountain, which apparently just opened last week.
Yep, on the 10th.
Which is crazy because they've been closed for what, since the early 2000s, mid 2000s.
I forget, for a while.
Because another shout out to our boy Dan. He he ran that mountain there for a couple of years. Was that the 90s or the 2000s?
I want to say 2000s.
I think early 2000s, right? Like
I
maybe
think
up
you're
to
right.
2008, 2009, somewhere around
Something
there.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Get out the book.
Mario, you got the book right there. Reference it. Don't you have it dog-eared? I know mine's dog-eared. Lots of interesting tales of the ups and downs of Dan's life. I mean, it's
tales of woe.
It's beautiful. It's heartbreaking. It's a wonderful story. But anyway, we hung out there for that night. You know, we went to get a couple of drinks there at the brewery. We went into Plymouth State University's downtown. We wanted to check it out.
Sure.
And what was the place? The Lucky Dog.
Lucky Dog Tavern and Grill.
The Lucky Dog Tavern and Grill, where we watched the world's weirdest NASCAR race, which was
they had it at the freaking
LA Coliseum, which is a football field, which is not merely made for cars. Because you think about your local high school football field and the track around
high school track, quarter mile. That's what they were racing on.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to go. Like, what the hell?
So imagine what was it, 30 cars, 40 cars that were on that track together.
I would call it a 40-car continual pileup.
It was basically traffic. You were watching traffic.
Yeah.
That's just LA.
Yeah.
It's LA.
And it was like every lap, it was like a caution flag. We're like, this is the most ridiculous race ever. We watched that on a Sunday night at a college bar. We felt old, we felt weird, but we got a couple laughs out of it.
Hey, it's a good story, man.
Got a couple laughs out of it.
Yucks.
So that next day,
some weird people with a girl that was on her bachelorette party or something.
I thought it was her birthday.
Her birthday.
I think it was her birthday.
They were just doing weird shit. It was like, all right, we gotta get out of here.
There was like a weird mix of people. You know, it's college. You're experimenting. You're getting weird. Because I remember the one girl going to the other girl being like, "Hey, did you get that shirt 50% off?" He goes, "I sure wish it was 100% off." And I was like, "What kind of evening is this going to turn into?"
Should we
when you hang out? I please feel free to use it. I'm stealing it from that girl.
Very weird.
I like it.
It was a good line though.
It was a good line. You know, it was a interesting spot. Not much happening on a Sunday night in early February in Plymouth.
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
No. 10 degrees.
Not gonna lie. So. And it was cold. Yeah, but that was actually a good thing because we didn't want to be out late. I had to get ready. I had to do some skiing. So next morning, drive up to Cannon Mountain, and what do we encounter when we get into beautiful Franconia State Park? Rain, which, you know, as a skier who just drove 6+ hours and Mario who flew a couple thousand miles, that's exactly what you want to see is, you know, rain.
Just a little rain. Why not?
You guys saw rain? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
On the way up, it was drizzling. We're like,
it was drizzling.
What's going on? Like, I don't want to go skiing. I can't do this.
Oh, bogus.
There was rain. There was rain.
Before it's gone.
And we're just like, are you serious? And as we'll talk about, it was massive white haze. I mean, it was whiteout conditions the first little bit there. You know, we parked. We went to go redeem our Indy Pass at the ticket booth there.
Easy once you get there, but I tell you what, it was weird online trying to log in and set stuff up.
Yeah, you had to like. Yeah, and I guess they don't take Indy Passes on the weekends.
I forget. But I think
you got to make a reservation too.
They definitely do on holidays, but yeah, you got to make reservations there. Even though it was a Monday and it was not crowded at all.
No way.
You got to make a reservation.
So if you're going to Cannon, make sure you make your reservations ahead of time.
Make your reservations ahead of time.
RFID. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, but when you do make the reservation, man, they don't give a flying, dude. You walk up to the window and say, "Hi, I'm here for my Indy Pass," and they just hand it to you and you go about your business. It's beautiful. So
don't tell anybody on social media that you're going anywhere. You're going to Cannon. Please your Indy Pass because people will know that. You'll say, "Hey, I'm Tim," and they'll just give you Tim's Indy Pass RFID card loaded up, and you will go ski.
And
I'm not saying I'm a violent man.
I'm not saying I'm a violent man. Or Highfalutin Ski Bum sent you, and they will look at you and be like, "I don't know what the fuck that means."
That means nothing to us. But thank you so much.
See if it gets you somewhere.
But if it does mean something to them, please let us know.
Yes.
We will send them lots of stickers and merch.
We'll send you stickers and merch.
Yeah.
We'll send you stickers and merch. For all of us, you'll get everything.
Like a giant care package.
Absolutely.
Just in time for after Valentine's Day.
Contact information in the show notes. Let's go. Let us know.
You know how to find us. So yeah, it's funny. We we go and get our tickets at the ticket window, and I look down and I see a gentleman in a very bright colored jacket, and I'm like, I think I know that man right there.
I mean, who else is it?
And
Brian said, I see Tim. I'm like, where?
I think I see Tim.
I don't know. He was all bundled up.
He's all bundled up, goggles. He's like recording a video, and I'm like, "Hey, Tim!"
Yep, I was. You can hear it. You can hear it in the video. Well, I can't hear you, but you can see me look up and be like, "All right, I found who I'm skiing with." All right.
See?
Freaking stupid doing social media bits and shit, man.
Nice.
Sadly, it's got to be done. But yeah, we ended up just like conveniently encountering each other right there by the ticket booth. So
it was perfect.
It was perfect. Yes,
unplanned and perfect.
And the rain had stopped, and that sort of it almost parted the proverbial clouds for what was going to be a wonderful day of skiing, if you will.
There's a lot of clouds while we're skiing, though. I got to say, some of the foggy conditions, but it was good.
There certainly was.
Yeah.
Do we want to tell the upper tram building story with the clouds yet, or we want to save that for a little while?
Well, I mean, so we jumped on there at the, I guess that'd be lift C.
Okay.
Which also known as the Eagle Cliff Triple Chairlift. Would that be correct? No, that would be incorrect. I believe it was D.
Incorrect. It was goddamn saying anymore.
No, it was the D lift. It was the Peabody Express Quad Chair.
Peabody.
Peabody, dude.
Peabody, dude.
It was Peabody. That was when we got on. And it seemed like
problem knowing Peabody.
It was completely white out, like we were saying, and we sort of just kept ending up there, which was fine. But if you want to get into the tram bit, because that kind of leads into like the hilarity that was us not even knowing where the tram was.
Yeah, we're up there taking pictures and doing all sorts. Like, it was great, but it was pretty foggy out.
And that's the best part of the story. I've tried to explain to people the fog that we saw. And I was like, dude, because if you know how a tram works, that building is massive.
Oh, yeah.
We're standing 30 feet away, maybe. We didn't know what the hell it was. It was just a building, but we couldn't see all of it. You could just see
a
little
lunch place. Is
they were like,
his house? We didn't know.
We had no idea.
It was so funny because we're like, what is that place? Just no clue whatsoever.
That's how it was dangerous, but it was
fun. We didn't even see the tram
because after we took up the Peabody, we skied down the Big Link, and then we took the E, which was the Cannonball Quad, and that's where we kind of went along. I think the trail was actually Tramway, which might have been a clue if we weren't just a bunch of dipshits. Like, if you listened to this,
kids,
obviously no.
We would have hit the tram.
You might have gathered some sort of intelligence and made an assumption that building may be associated with the trams. You're skiing on Tramway.
Nah,
we did not put all that together.
I mean, at the same time, we really weren't following a map. We were just kind of taking lefts and rights, and
we were going very old school.
Anything, we just go.
Wicked old school. We were meandering.
We would just kind of be like left or right, and right, and left, and just go, and make turns, and go woohoo, and go yee. That's icy, and whoa! I should probably glad I didn't crash into that because it's so freaking foggy right now.
We're not breaking out maps. When you want a fresh one, come on.
Yeah, dude.
We were just enjoying the day. That's all we did.
Just enjoying the fog, not seeing who's in front of you, wishing people had brake lights on their ass. I mean, it was kind of wonderful.
But it was a Monday. And how many people were there? I mean, seriously, what, like 40 people?
Maybe. Like, the only people who were parking in the other parking lot were thinking how cool they were. It's like, dude, it's not going to get full. You're not going to get out faster. Sorry.
Yeah, there was nobody there. It was glorious.
It was glorious.
Yeah. And so we kind of did that whole area, the Peabody and the Cannonball, like that area for the most part.
Yeah. And
we actually didn't get over to Mittersill, which is going to upset and enrage some people. But that's just the way the day went. You kind of just gotta.
I'm also not 100% sure the Mittersill lifts were open that day. Anyway,
I
We
don't
went on
think they
everything that was
actually
open.
were. Just like the day we were in Jackson Hole, Corbett's was definitely closed. Otherwise, we would have done it, right?
Oh, of course.
Of course, it was closed, bro. We follow the rules here.
Absolutely.
We follow the rules.
Yeah,
Follow
I
the
don't
rules.
duck ropes, man.
I
don't do it.
Especially in Jackson Hole. You're not ducking anywhere.
Yeah. But what was really cool was, so yeah, we were kind of like just cruising around there, kind of getting our bearings. And there were moments where we got clearing. Like the fog had lifted,
Totally.
literally lifted. And that's when we kind of hooked over towards the tram. And we went on good old Zuma.
Zuma.
The
And
Zuma.
then we had you got like this view of Echo Lake, which if you've been to Cannon,
pretty
you
cool.
obviously know what it's like. But think about it, it was what, minus 20 degrees 2 days
Mhm.
before. It was still pretty cold. So the lake is just frozen over. And you're at the top
It
of this
looked
run.
echoish, right? Had
You're like, we're going to send
you know-
it right into this lake, aren't we?
oh yeah.
like,
That's what it
That's-
looked like.
Kind of how you feel at the top there.
Mm.
And it definitely was a bit icy. So
Was
some people, I don't know if some people, did they go, you know what? I am sick of living at Snowbird. I'm going to go fly east and go ski at Cannon instead. I mean, it's
I think
possible.
they should.
I
Like,
think
I'm
they
so
should.
used to this glorious powder. I want to know what East Coast skiing is like. And they had their 127 underfoot powder skis. And they were just like, what the fuck is this? Like, oh my God. Like, it's like these slow, skinny turns.
Oh yeah.
Because there are a few of those people who they didn't know what they were doing, but they obviously
Oh, it's skinny.
knew what they
We
were
had
doing.
a blast on that trail though. That Zoomer thing was nice, man.
That Zuma. That was
That
Yeah,
we came down that quick.
And after you do it that first time, you're like, oh, so I really do need to carry my speed as much as possible. So
It seemed like
Yeah, you
everything we were
do.
going really quite fast, and I don't know if it was the fog and we weren't paying attention, or just we were just kind of cruising. We were just bombing down every run.
no, we were
Yeah.
definitely bombing, and that Zuma, you kind of take that, and then if you've been there, it kind of flattens out, and that takes you over to the good old tram, which luckily it was
Yes.
open that day.
Good old
Yes, it
tram.
was. That speaks again to it being a Monday and empty. I think the most people on either ride was 10. That includes us.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
there's nobody
10.
on there.
There was
Yeah.
the one time there was what, 4 of us.
I think, yeah, it was you, us, the Lifty who was just getting high, and then maybe one other person. So it might have been 5.
The other guy from Florida.
Yeah, Florida. Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because
Sure.
Mario, you and that guy had this conversation about living in Florida.
Yeah, he was from Sarasota or something.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I do 6 months down there, 6 months up here.
Pretty similar lifestyle, right?
But then there's the guy, the tram operator, who sounds like just a normal Boston guy. He's like, yeah, I lived in El Salvador for a little while, lived in Costa Rica for a while. You're like, with that
Wow.
accent, really?
Where you going from? What the hell?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a well-traveled man right
Just
there.
it's really cool the people you run into skiing, especially on a
pretty unique.
Monday,
Yeah.
because you're like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, you're pretty hardcore if you're taking off a lousy Monday in February to go skiing. That means you're pretty legit.
Oh yeah.
You're not
But
just
I
there to
will
buy the
say-
sweatshirt.
This is one of the things you got to appreciate when you're at a ski area. Talk to everybody there, because you don't know where they're from, what kind of life they've lived, and all the stuff that they've done. They will probably surprise you most of the time, right?
Oh
Tell
yeah.
me that dude, he's El Salvador, Panama, he's living all over. I'm like, holy shit.
It could be easy to judge him. This guy lives within 5 miles of this mountain his whole life. Has never gone anywhere.
2 teeth in his face, but he lived all around the world.
It's freaking beautiful.
No, that is beautiful, man. Talk to everybody on the mountain, man. They might think you're a little weird. Don't be aggressive. Just be like, hey, what's going on? Don't be like, dude, who the fuck are you? Don't do that.
Are those
Don't do that.
space pants?
Oh yeah.
Space pants.
Because your ass is out of this world. Yeah, don't
I mean,
dial it back.
dial it back a little bit.
Dial it back.
Yeah, bring it back. Bring it down, dude. Bring it
Chill.
down.
Chill.
Yeah. So we finally found the tram.
Yes.
So we went up the tram.
That was a first for me, by the way. I'd never ridden a tram before.
First tram
Oh.
ride. And Mario and I
Great
think it was
tram.
both our first New Hampshire ski day.
That was
Yep.
the first New Hampshire ski day.
Yes.
That's awesome, man.
Struck our New Hampshire cherry. With
People,
them.
People love skiing in New Hampshire, man, and for good reason. Like, there's plenty of great places there. I know you guys got 2. You got Waterville as well the next day. We're correct.
That's a future podcast episode, Tim. Thanks for the teaser there.
Good teaser.
You know what? That's what I do. Self-promotion. I will tease for you. I wasn't even there, and I will tease for you.
I was actually talking to my boss when I got back, and he's from Pennsylvania originally. He's like, "Oh yeah, I've been up there. You ever ski Waterville?" I'm like, "Yeah, actually."
I will tell you, it was a very different day at Waterville.
Yeah. Oh, I can believe
it. It was like night and day because of not being able to see at Cannon.
Very much so.
Yeah. It was pretty rough sometimes.
Yeah, we lucked
scary
out.
in that fog, man.
But it's good.
It was scary too because none of us had skied there before.
And
so it's not like, oh man, like you just go over here, we'll be fine, or stay along here. It's just we were all literally skiing blind.
Yeah, so, in the most literal sense.
Yeah.
Very creepy. On ice.
On ice.
Mind you.
Yes.
Like, in fact, friggin' some of that stuff up top, once we got up to the top, like the summit of that second chair, man, I swear it looked similar to what the pictures that were coming out of Mount Washington for that deep freeze the couple days prior, dude. Like, it looked, obviously it wasn't the same, but it was very close to it, in my opinion.
Yeah. It was tricky. I mean, you stay on the sides, you might find a little bit of, some random rogue powder-ish material substance. Yeah. But again, we're East Coast skiers. You just kind of know to expect that. And again, there hasn't been when's the last time there was a significant snowfall? It's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, it wasn't bad though. I gotta say, they groomed it out.
No,
ready to go.
No, they did a nice job, man. It's a really cool place. I'm very happy that we went.
It was a lot of fun. And like I said, it wasn't all open. I think it was only about maybe half, maybe 60% open.
Probably.
But we saw some of the tree runs that were closed off, and some of the any of the black terrain was kind of closed.
Yeah, I think Zoomer was like that one was open. And then
that was the only black, right? That was
there was a couple of that we hit that were shorter ones. Like I think Profile was the one at the top that we came down from the other lift. There was definitely a few we hit. And then there was the one that Mario that we found after Tim left. We kind of had to cut over.
Tim leaves.
I know.
That shit, right?
We found a couple cool ones.
Sorry, Tim.
But
that's all right, man. I get it. I understand.
While Tim was there was
always the buzzkill. I get it.
No. There was that one that we did. Was that hard scrapple where it was like going through like a wheat field?
Oh yeah.
That thing.
Yeah, it was.
Just like is it just no snow or is it really just like a wheat field we're skiing?
It was like
someone's backyard.
In a wheat field on the plains. It was pretty cool. I guess.
Talk about au naturel, man. Like there's no grooming. There can't possibly be snow making back there. We were just bombing through this underbrush. I don't know. It was
underbrush. Yeah.
There was a couple spots where you're like, I got to aim for snow.
Yeah.
Because it was a little sketchy in terms of the cover.
Definitely fun though. Like it was. We I don't know, man. We had a lot of different. Like whatever they had to offer, we hit it. Like we had to have. I don't think we did the whole mountain, but maybe
whatever we could find.
I think.
Yeah, we did whatever we could. What was there, and there was that one that was almost like that. Like a what would you call almost like just like a winding switchback.
Oh
like
yeah, that thing was
awesome. That was from the top after
that
bar.
That must have been upper ravine.
No,
yeah, that's
that
what
was
I'm
something slalom.
Taft slalom?
The Shalom. That was the
That's right, the Shalom.
The Shalom. Shalom.
That's it, man.
The Shalom, yeah.
The Shalom.
Dude, that thing was awesome.
That was fun.
That was awesome.
That was really good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think that was my favorite run. It was just, left and then right. And you weren't turning in between. You were just taking its turns. It was wonderful, man.
Yeah.
Such a great trail.
Cool.
I'm not sure if you were still, I think you might have been gone by there, but there was one point there was actually a couple guys skinning up there. On that one. And by then luckily it had cleared up because they have, I'm not sure if it's just a couple dedicated trails where you can hike or where you can skin up. But it was closed when we first got there. They said the skinning route was closed. And then I think once things cleared up a bit, they opened it to uphill travel. Because again, if it was the whiteout conditions we were skiing in the morning, like that would be a no bueno.
Yeah, no bueno.
Definitely taking someone out.
Oh, you totally are. unless they got like fog lights on their face.
Or like
You're
Dumb
not
and
seeing
Dumber
it, man.
with the
Yeah.
headlights.
Exactly, dude. Like legit. Like laugh if you want to, but that shit comes in handy. Like on a day like that, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would have been wiped out, gone. Everybody would have died. Not to be too dark.
So much
but
blood.
just like, so much blood.
So much blood. But yeah, it was we kind of did what was open. We did a bunch of times. And again, once you get kind of used to the mountain, and you kind of know where to go, and you get used to the snow and not worry about not seeing because you know you've been that trail already, you kind of know what to expect. We really just started just bombing. Like we just started ripping through everything.
Yeah, I started getting tired and just I stopped turning when I get tired, so I just bombed down.
Just go straight.
Just go straight. And
whatever.
hope for the
I'm
best.
just gonna keep going.
Jesus, take the ski.
Jesus take the ski.
He's taking the skis. That's it.
He took him. He took him right down, man.
What happened, Mario? Jesus. That's it.
Jesus took the ski.
Man.
So then,
Nice.
we ended up, ripping for a bit, did the tram a couple times, and then we finally figured out that building right at the top was the tram stop, and there was a little cafeteria in there.
What? What do you mean this is the trans? Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah. Yep. There it is, right there. Lobby bar, right there in the lobby.
Some people might think we're stupid, but man, that's how thick the fog was. If you'd never been there, you wouldn't know. You couldn't.
Actually, if you go onto our Instagram and see the video that Mario posted of the tram coming in and going out of the fog,
yes,
you can see how crazy that fog was.
Absolutely.
That was a really cool video. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome, dude. Brian and I saw it too, but we didn't have our phones out.
Just
but
like
Mario
couple
was
like
smart.
I'm skiing with my phone. I don't know. I just take it out. Boom. Here we go.
No, you definitely got money on that one.
That was
man.
good timing too. That was perfect.
That'll
teach you. That thing just disappeared into a cloud.
Dude,
it was
the best part is like I was like messing around with like my boot or something like that or my jacket, and I look up. I'm like, oh my god, there's the tram, and then it disappeared. I'm like, I had to ski down, take the phone out, and then start filming it again.
He outran the tram.
Outran the tram.
Outran the tram, man.
Yeah, so we ended up just going to the cafe up there, getting a little lunch, and interestingly enough, it's called Cafe 4080. That is the tram summit station. It is New Hampshire's highest beer tap.
Oh, there you go.
For those
who knew,
highest beer tap. Pretty interesting.
That's where the women flock like the
salmon of Capistrano.
Salmon of Capistrano.
Yes. Well, it was. I mean, it was
the wine. The beer flowed like champagne. I don't know what it is.
Beer flows
it
like
flowed
wine.
like something.
I mean, it would have been an awesome view, I'm sure, from the top there if it hadn't been so foggy. And I'm sure the bar would have been hopping if it wasn't a Monday.
Oh,
like 11:45 in the morning. But it was a cool little spot. And hung there for a bit. And then we went back out and did our thing. We got some more turns in. And it was funny. Like, every time up after that lunch, it would be like, oh, the clouds are leaving. It's like, oh, no, the clouds are back. That weather. And it's funny because after we went skiing, we went to a couple of breweries nearby and we were talking to some folks there. And they were telling us that like a bunch of people in the last, 3 months died just hiking in the trails and the mountains over there. Because they're saying that, was it Lincoln Peak? There's Lincoln Peak and another one. And then Mount Washington, maybe 20 miles away? 15 miles. It isn't that far from where we're at. And they're saying that Lincoln Peak, it's the exact same weather as Mount Washington does, but it's, probably 1,000 feet lower. So it's not quite as extreme. So there's a girl there right before Christmas. I think it was after Thanksgiving. She went up to go for a hike, do her social media posts, wore like regular jogging gear. Weather came in. She died. Hypothermia.
She did.
Like that's brutal, and you can that's the thing that's crazy about it. You can see the top. You're like, oh, I'm just gonna go up there. No big deal. But the weather is so gnarly there in the White Mountain.
People that were telling us the story said she got dropped off in jogging.
A trailhead. Yeah, like a regular trailhead. And
trailhead and yoga pants and just kind of, all right, I'm just gonna hike up. See you later. Bye. That's it. She did.
The White Mountains wreck people, man. Like some people don't realize that is some legit shit out there, man. And you got to be careful, man.
So that was the story we heard while we were at Iron Furnace Brewing Company.
Iron Furnace Brewing Company, yes. Great paninis there. If you're into paninis.
Known for their paninis.
Yes.
I mean, who isn't into paninis?
Exactly.
They were really good. And,
Panini is just a sandwich, man. It's beautiful.
It's
beautiful thing. Sandwich.
Fancy sandwich. Yeah.
Sandwich.
And after that was Reckless Brewing Company.
Dude, I was so hungry. Like I was so, because I had chili at the tram thing. We went to Iron Furnace. I had
chili. I gotta say, it was like ketchup with like beans in it.
It was Monday chili, man. It was leftover burgers. It was leftover pasta sauce, like whatever.
Burger, some beans, and some fucking ketchup.
Dude, hard times, recessions, whatever wasn't selling, they just empty ketchup bottles, just dumped it in there. Like whatever's
hot
not
luck
selling.
chili.
Good luck, fuckers. Yeah.
Burn hell. Go enjoy the fog.
Yeah, it was not great, but. Chili.
Go back to Jersey, you asshole.
What can I say? I can't even argue with that. It's true. Chili, panini, and then I ordered nachos after. It's like, dude, have you not eaten in like a year? I had a delicious Fairfield Inn buffet breakfast before too.
You ready to take on Endura right then and there.
Dude,
Endura's going down.
Yeah, the nachos, pulled pork nachos after having chili and a panini.
Delicious.
Went hard.
That's
good, man. Hey, you burned a lot of calories out there, man. You earned it.
I like to think so. But then
we got referred to Reckless Brewing Company where we ate and drank again.
Oh my God. I ordered I ordered way too many beers at that place. I couldn't, it wasn't that I was.
You ordered like fucking 9 beers, like 9 samplers or something like that.
It was at least 6 of like the samplers. After having 2 beers, chili, a panini, and nachos, I had to order 6 little beers, and we got that ridiculous pretzel, like that Euro pretzel with like the amazing pretzel, by the way. Like
awesome.
so good.
Awesome.
But those beers, like I wasn't even that I was drunk. I was just so stuffed. Like just everything was just collecting. Like I can't put anything else in me. Like that's it. Out.
I love it. That's it.
But that Reckless Brewing place, absolutely just beautiful. Like the quality of the materials they put into this place, out of this world, because it's not in a big town.
It's Bethlehem, New Hampshire.
I mean, the beer taps were on this beautiful like pipe with the the railroad spikes they had for the taps.
Spikes is the taps, yeah.
But the hosing, all the tubing that went to the actual taps, all enclosed in this like really like beautiful like pipe with rivets. Like I mean, it was unbelievable.
That's awesome.
The bar was like cast cement. I mean, everything about the place was beautiful. Everything. The building itself
was good. Even the bathroom had like drawings of the local area in chalk. It was painted like
a big blackboard wall.
Yeah, it was pretty wicked looking. It was pretty awesome.
Nice.
I mean, they really like went all out for this.
Had all these local landmarks listed. It was like kind of a map of the area, but like with like these illustrations on it. It was pretty neat.
That's cool as hell, man.
It was really cool, yeah. And the place, again, it was a Monday night. The place was packed. Absolutely packed. Yeah.
They go hard out there, man. Hard living, hard drinking, man.
They live for the day in New Hampshire. That is for sure. Live free or die. That's not
of
just
alcohol poisoning.
That's right.
The guy next to us seemed to be going down that path, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Animal, man.
Yeah.
Animal.
He was stopping in for his $10 pizza and a pint.
I think it was $14, but yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Monday night special.
Like, I'm drinking the pint. I'm going to tell my girlfriend that I didn't have anything. Like, yeah, I think she's going to understand you were hammered when you come home.
I got you. He's like, I gave you pizza, but there's like a piece missing.
There's a piece missing. Wow. And it's probably like, like an hour old right now because you're nursing your pint.
Yeah.
Oh, God almighty.
Characters, man. Characters.
White Mountains, man. Gets a little weird the closer you get. Once you go through that area and up towards Canada, man, it gets weird.
The game has changed.
It's my favorite place.
It's awesome.
Jack is black.
The more weird it gets, I'm there, man.
Dude, everybody like that we encountered, again, people, the train operators, the people at the bars, just everyone we talked to was just great. Friendly, kind of like curious, like, why are you guys here? Like, I don't know, like, where else are we gonna go? Like, this is just want to try something new. We're like, oh, cool. Did you go here? Did you go here? Did you do this? And they were like all just really like ready to give us some, advice and tips and information. Like, really, really cool people.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. You all had a blast after the fact.
It's great. There might have been swingers, but I was staying away from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never go in with the swingers.
The
man.
Monday night swingers, man. That's a rough ticket
crowd,
to sell right
Rough
there. Yeah.
crowd, man.
Damn.
Like,
But
I don't judge. Do what you want. I just don't want to play.
The thing was, but the crazy thing was, like, I'm like, these people were going hard on a Monday. Like, how do you go on a Friday or a Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday.
Somebody
drunk on a
doesn't come
Monday is
back.
Pretty bold move right there.
Look to your left. Look to your right. So many of you are not coming back. That's Friday.
Yeah.
Boom. There you go.
That's why they're still looking for people to work out there in New Hampshire. They're having a real shortage.
Live
Wow.
free or
The
die.
locals are going down. Live free or die. Live free and die.
Live free and die. Yeah.
There you go.
Like, I don't need to work. Fuck that. That's for pussies.
Now, Tim, you said that when you drove there,
Yes,
Google took you a bizarre route.
it really did.
So, did you go the same way home, or did you take the normal interstate route?
I took the interstate route, man, because it was so much easier. Like, now I live in White River Junction. Doesn't matter if you don't know where it is. Just Google.
If you're an East Coast skier, you know where White River Junction is.
You do. It's
now.
You know, it's literally at the junction of the White River and the Connecticut River and the Ottawa Creechie River. And
Pittsburgh
I-89.
a big deal for having 3 rivers, and White River is not.
Isn't that weird?
They're like
There's
3 River Stadium. The Monongahela's here. It's like, all right, well, what about White River Junction? That should be a bigger thing.
I'm just saying. And
The Pittsburgh of Vermont.
the Pittsburgh of Vermont. Actually, minus the steel part, yeah.
There you go.
Steel and the Ben Roethlisberger quarterback rape. That worked.
Yeah. well, that happens too.
Allegedly.
Alleged mouth rape.
Allegedly.
That's all right.
Allegedly. So yeah, it took me this crazy route. Now it was kind of awesome because it went through some like old towns in Vermont, old towns in New Hampshire. Took me through a couple of really rural spots that I had no idea were there. And so it's kind of cool when you do that. I like a good road trip. I like
Is there
driving.
Like a scenic mode that you could put Waze on to take you around?
Maybe. I don't know. This might as well have been it because when we were up on the side of the mountain and the fog had cleared, I looked down, I'm like, holy shit, that's I-93 right there. That's it right there. I know how to get home from there. No navigation needed because it's the same way I go to Waterville.
Yeah.
Go out to I-93, come back through Plymouth. I came back past your hotel when I left.
Boom.
Oh.
Yeah,
I knew I was missing underwear. Now I know it's this is solving my Scooby-Doo mystery here.
Sometimes you just want to be like, you know what? I didn't really get to chat with them. There's got to be a way to get to know them better. So you go
Underwear.
sniffing around in the
Yeah.
very literally sniffing around. Those haven't been
I miss
washed.
your musk.
Yeah, man. I miss your musk. It's awesome. Now, Cannon is very accessible if you're on I-93, man. It is right there. I brag Whaleback up about that because it's right off of I-89, and it's very similar in that. Very cool. But yeah, I definitely went home the easy way through Plymouth, down I-93. And again, I love driving through rural stuff and going crazy places, but I was tired. I just wanted to go home.
Sometimes you just want to get home and get into your bed and be alive.
Yes, that's all I wanted.
Scratch.
Just putting ice where I had to put ice, and that'd be that, man. But it was, it's a nice drive, and you guys obviously had a good time bumming around through there, kicking around Plymouth. It's a cool little town, man. Like, it's a cool little college town. I mean, I'm sure the biggest.
I wish we could have spent a week there.
Oh yeah, it's a great jump off point for that area, man.
It was good. It was.
Well,
nice
that's the
little
nice
place.
thing. Yeah, you guess you with Tenney being back open, and
Yeah.
Yep.
Waterville was not far away at all.
It's the Ogden of New Hampshire.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is the Ogden of New Hampshire. Because
Ogden
Ogden's only there because of a college too. So there you go.
Exactly, Weber State.
Yep, there you go. So it's a cool little town, a couple grocery stores, a Walmart, a couple Irving gas stations, whatever, Dunkin'.
You got a Walmart, you're on the map.
You really are. Sometimes you're not.
That's right.
I found Walmarts in the weirdest ass places you wouldn't even believe.
and you've got the common man.
The common man.
The
Common man. Kind of what would you call that?
Coffee, Quickie Mart, whatever it
Quickie
is.
Mart kind of thing. Yeah, I
They
like
have
that.
a common man spa up there. So it's like a Quickie Mart spa.
What?
Like on the go spa and resort. Like,
Huh.
That
Very
seems
weird.
sketchy.
Very
Weird.
sketchy.
I
That
saw
seems
it,
like a human
but it's
like
trafficking
buying-
stop.
Yeah, that's like buying gas station sushi, man. Like you just
yeah,
don't.
right?
Just, no,
Go to the
no.
Exxon sushi place.
Stay in your
Yeah.
lane, common
Just-
man.
Just buy the Slim Jim. It's wrapped. It's fine.
But you all like Costco. Costco didn't stay in their lane. That they don't stay in their lane. They just get everything. They get good
That's
stuff,
true.
right?
That's true.
Costco gas,
Coffins.
Costco hot dog, Costco tires, everything.
Coffins.
Coffins.
Costco coffee.
Coffins.
Boom.
Yep. Got to diversify your bonds, Costco.
Now, if you bought one now, would you just store it in the garage, like use it for storage or something?
Pretty much.
Yeah, why not?
Bury me in this.
That's the thing that Thule does not want you to do, because you could just put all your skis in the coffin and put it on the roof of your car instead of spending their
Oh,
$1,000
coffin.
goddamn.
Dude,
That's the best carrier ever, the coffin.
Ski Infowars, man, ahead of their time.
Boom.
Well, people
Maybe
don't.
5 minutes, but still.
Isn't
ahead.
that what people call them? They call them coffins anyway on the roof
Yeah,
boxes.
I like that.
So if you get like a
I
nice
like it.
cheap
Put it
ass
on the car.
coffin, put a Thule sticker on it, who's gonna know?
You get free parking everywhere. They'd be like, "Come on,
Everywhere.
you park." Fuck the handicap sticker. You're parking wherever. You got a coffin on. You got a dead body on top. You can park wherever you
You
want.
got all-wheel drive. Go park at the lift.
There you go. There's actually a comic book shop down here that has a hearse as like their
Nice.
like official comic book shop vehicle.
Awesome.
It's called the Comic Crypt, and they have a hearse.
But that'd
Which
be
I mean,
It's
that's
a cool car, man.
very in brand.
box.
It's a big old station wagon. That's all it is.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'll have to tell you
Ski
the
box.
story of the redneck hearse I saw not too long ago, like
Oh,
last summer,
boy.
I think. One of these days, I'll tell you that story.
Oh,
not ski
another
related.
teaser.
It's not ski related.
That could be a summer episode.
That's a summer episode. Some of the
Oh, there you
weirdest
go.
shit you ever seen. I got one.
I love it.
Redneck hearse, man.
Damn.
It's
All right.
Vermont, man. I find some weird stuff.
It's Vermont and New Hampshire are both. It's funny. Like you look at the map, and they're almost like the yin and the yang.
Yep.
You know, like kind of the politics, the beliefs.
Mhm.
Like a lot of it's the same. A lot of it's very different.
Yeah,
It's very interesting.
it's very interesting.
Because again, haven't spent too much time in New Hampshire, but yeah, just the vibe that we got. It's definitely got a different, but
Consider
again,
it North Florida, right?
kind of same, but very different. How some
Florida to the north.
It is. I don't know. Sometimes I think they want to be like New Jersey, man. You know, with the taxation they have going on over there, or what I've heard. I don't know. I don't live
in New
there, so-
Hampshire.
Yeah.
Really?
You know, well, they have that, you know, as you come across the border from Mass, basically up I-93 from Boston, you know, it's a little bit more urban in that part of New Hampshire. So it kind of feels like Little Jersey sometimes.
I could see that. So yeah, like
Ish.
Manchester, Concord, like the places that are
Yeah.
people still
Nashua,
could
that
commute to
stuff.
Boston if they need to.
You say
Yep.
urban. Is there one non-white person there?
In Manchester, there is. Manchester is quite diverse.
Yes.
Nashua is quite diverse.
Yes.
There's a few diverse, but then as you start to move, and then you get less and less, and then you get to really up north New Hampshire, where there's like 5 people. And not just because it's the little smidgen of state there. There's just nobody up there. It's quite wonderful up there. Where what is that ski hill up there? Damn. I can't remember. Yeah, way up north there. It's like the only thing in the town too. I can't remember what it's called. It's in the town of Dixville Notch, I think. That might be the ski area.
Dixville Notch.
Yeah,
Dixville.
Dixville Notch.
There's a lot of notches.
There's a
in New
lot of
Hampshire.
notches in New Hampshire, and they're all legit for driving in the snow. If you want to test your balls, man, go get caught in a squall up there.
Oof.
Crawford Notch, my friends. I got a story about that
Notch.
too.
Notch.
Yeah, I got caught in there in a squall. It was not pretty.
Oh, really?
Oh, is that where all the balsams are up there?
Yeah, the balsams are up there, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Les Otten, man. Let's get that done.
That's still like in progress, right?
Yeah.
Little TBD.
I fear that it's out of progress and no one knows it yet. Their media contact had kind of disappeared. So if you're out there and something happened, you want to let me know, that's great. If you're gone, then that's fine too. Let me know that.
We
Thanks.
will miss you.
We will miss you. Although I was talking to the guy. I was like, when's it opening? I will come ski it. He's like, you come ski it. I was like, I want to shake the man's hand. I saw it and haven't seen him since I was a teenager, man.
Wow.
Well, American Skiing Company, man. That's what I was. And that's what he was. So there you go. Yeah, there's something up there. I can't remember what it's called. Dixville Notch, whatever. Maybe it's what the Balsams will be. Maybe it's part of that. I don't remember. But as you get up there, there's less and less. That was my point.
Yeah, you're in God's country up there.
You are. And God's the only thing that can pull you out. It's scary up there.
Yeah.
My kind of place, man. Pretty sure it gets a little weird. I'm fine with that. I've been around the world, seen a lot of things. Did you guys stop at the ski museum there?
We
wanted to,
but then
you didn't. I forgot to ask you.
Going up.
No, but yeah, we had breweries calling our names.
Yeah.
We had to get to. So, how actually was the New England Ski Museum?
It was cool for a small little museum. Really cool, really informative, ton of great exhibits, things you wouldn't expect to see. Like there's just a rack of skis that are old, like wooden, friggin' strap your foot to it, and hanging off of them are like original, like an original Corinthia ticket before Corinthia was part of Mount Snow, which is now a big terrain park, or Hogback tickets. They have one of Hogback's T-bar tees in there, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of exhibits, all kinds of history, man. Very, very cool place. Nice. Highly suggested. I remember we found it because I had heard about it, and we come around the bend and like, oh geez, there it is. I ran over to the tram to get a couple pictures, and I decided to swing in there real quick because it's small. It's small. You can get in and out in 20 minutes unless you're talking to people or reading everything. I read a lot of it, but not everything. Very cool, man. If you're interested in the ski history, stop in there. It's very cool. It's very worth it. Doesn't cost you anything. Suggested donation of $5.
Nice. All right.
Very cool.
There you go.
Sounds
right next
pretty
to the
cool.
tram.
And it's right there. That's a good, if you want to take a little break, you just jump in there for a little bit, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's very cool, man. I suggest everyone. I remember saying when I left, I texted you guys. It was like, dude, it's very cool. Stop it if you can. And then I meant to ask you if you did, and I didn't remember till just now. So good timing ish.
And now we can sadly say no, we did not.
That's
right. We went to the Iron Furnace, so Brian can get 2 dinners. Or 2 lunches.
It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. We all have our second canon day. So
there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
And we can enjoy the tram while it's still there. Because
yes, I've heard about that.
Allegedly, the governor of New Hampshire is trying to put in a petition or some sort of bill, or I don't know what they're doing, a proclamation to get the tram replaced.
Wow.
I don't know why you'd replace that. It's just awesome.
Seems fine. Like.
Yeah, I mean, it creeped me out.
It wouldn't let us jump out of it. I mean, maybe that's
carrying twice as much the load for the last 20 years. Maybe that's why. Because they can't read the directions on how many people to load into there.
There was no Google Translate when they first put it in.
Nope, there wasn't.
So stupid.
Yeah.
70, 50, 200. It's fine.
Whoever fits. We're just fatter now. It's just harder.
That's what it is. Americans are fat, and that's what happens.
We're a bigger nation.
We really are.
Bigger nation. Let's just say.
Animals.
Bunch of animals.
Yeah.
No wonder nobody likes us.
We're bigger and better than we were before.
They hate us because they ain't us. That's what that is.
That's right.
America.
That's right.
America.
New America. Coming soon to Andorra.
America. That's what it is. Andorra.
Coming soon to Andorra.
That's right.
Fatter, more, and greater.
And greater. Make Andorra great again.
Great nation.
Well, Tim,
you're the big fat great nation. That'll be the slogan.
Yeah, we're definitely getting silly now.
I think
we just reached ambassador status.
I believe we just did. Yeah.
I think Hunter Biden's going to be on the phone, but like, can you take this bag of Coke over to Andorra for me? Because I think we can cut a deal.
Allegedly.
Your dirty ass drugs. We're not dealing with that shit.
Who is the ambassador to Andorra, and how do we get in contact with them?
There's got to be an ambassador.
That seems like the best job in the world.
We could probably get them on the podcast.
I'm pretty sure the ambassador to Andorra is just a phone call. Like, you all good? All right. That's it. Poor Andorra.
Yeah, I'm looking up right
now. Ulissa Reynoso.
See, that joke just bombed hard as fuck. Holy shit.
Oh, but she's out of Spain.
Oh, it's Spain and Andorra. They just tack on Andorra. You can't just tack on Andorra.
That's disrespectful, son.
How about we let her know that her services are no longer required in Andorra?
Your services are no longer required. Please exit.
Sorry, Ulissa.
I have a suggestion for you, Ulissa. Stay out of Andorra.
Stay out of Andorra.
I think if we sent a letter that said that, we would get on the fucking watch list.
Look at me.
No-fly list, the watch, whatever else.
The ambassador now.
Then again, they'd probably look at it and be like, this has got to be a bit. Crumple that shit up, throw it.
Yeah.
Like, this can't be. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
No, there'd be some CIA dude like crawling into the podcast and be like, I know you guys. I know everything about you.
That's what that mouse was, dude. That was a friggin' Chinese CIA something.
Why I had to go?
We got a CIA poisoned mouse running around there.
Friggin' Boston Dynamics AI Terminator thing.
That's why I had to go.
Those freaky dogs are coming next. They're going to be at your door.
Absolutely, dude.
Oof.
Look at me. Brian's like, that's a little scary.
I don't want to part of
Yeah,
that.
you might want to get the wife and kids to her mother's house.
Stupid ass goddamn Black Mirror.
You're going to like kick in the door, open the freaking doors, like just come and get you.
Dude, I got a stick. It's actually dynamite. Boom.
Yep.
Problem solved.
Boom.
Got to load up, man. Shotguns.
Hey,
Shotgun's
little
the
sister
best home
shotgun.
defense.
That's right.
Best home defense weapon there is.
Shoot first, ask questions later.
Yep.
That's right.
Like, where's the pledge to clean up this mess
That's right.
with a shotty?
You got to call Mr.
I'm
Wolf.
just going to make sure they're in the house, and then it's all fair game.
John
You gotta
Wick
call-
that shit.
You got to call Mr.
Centipede
Wolf.
people that break in. Like, I'm sorry, human centipede. Them. It's better than shooting them.
Human centipede.
Where are they? Yeah, they're out in the yard. Great.
It's like, bro, they just came over and it started getting really weird.
It got weird.
The
It got
human
weird fast. I gotta
centipede.
say, I'm not proud of myself.
They were willing participants in the
How the
experiment.
fuck did they human
They
centipede
signed the
or something?
paper, man.
They did.
I
They
don't know,
signed the EULA. Yes.
Yep, there it is.
Well, think
That's
about that.
brutal,
If you're in
man.
one of those states, like, can you do whatever you want? They're in your house.
Pretty much. That's how
I
it should
mean,
be.
as long as you can prove it was self-defense,
Plead the fifth.
there you go.
So that means
Yeah,
you got to
man.
kill them afterwards.
I think they'd want you to.
That's right.
It's really mercy at that point.
That's right. Your Honor, it was a mercy killing.
I mean, did you see them? They were a human centipede.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
But you
put 'em in
did
there,
it.
sir. That's a legend. A legend. That's bullshit.
Allegedly.
You have any proof?
Not human centipede 2 either. No one even knows that exists.
The proof is in the pudding.
And the pudding is going through the centipede.
That's right.
That's
Oh.
disgusting.
Well, it could be like those cats. What are those things called? They make the coffee out of the cat turds in like Thailand.
Oh, yeah. What the
Cat
hell
turd
is that
coffee.
called?
Cat turd.
Is it a
coffee.
kiwit or something, or a
Something like that.
civet? Maybe
Squatch.
squanching.
Squanch.
Maybe you're
Squanching in the
squanching.
corner.
Squatch.
Yeah.
You're squatch.
Ugh.
Well,
Nobody should be squanching in the corner.
this has just turned into the silly zone, which
Yeah,
tends
it's
to
getting
happen.
weird, man. It's getting
It's
late.
a Wednesday night. Tim,
Getting real weird.
if people don't know, where can they get all of your info from?
SkiRexMedia.com, home of SkiRex Media and the SkiRex Media podcast, as well as the big 3 on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, SkiRex Media on all the above.
You're not
Thank
on
you.
TikTok or
God, no.
Snapchat.
TikTok?
No.
That's
Fine.
Squanch.com.
Mine's still around.
Squancher.com.
Squanch.com.
There
I
might
wonder
be a
what Squanch.com
SkiRexpedia
is.
program coming to Chatterbait at some time, but that's a whole other thing, man.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, one day, maybe.
Or if you're going to Whaleback Mountain, perhaps Tim will be grabbing your lift.
Tuesday and Wednesday nights, if you want to visit me, I am around and easy to find because I talk to everyone.
He does.
You will be sick of me. And I don't care.
But you will get a sticker.
You could get a sticker. You could get 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, come to Whaleback Mountain, man, if you're in the area. Tuesday, Wednesday nights, man, I'm there. Sometimes I'm on the carpet. Sometimes I'm on the T-bar. Sometimes I'm on the chair, man. Come check
Who
it out.
knows what next week
Nice.
could hold.
That's true. Well, next week, Tim will be in Obergatlin.
That's right.
Nice.
That's right.
Oh,
For
did you
President's
reach out
Week.
to the rep out there.
I am trying. All right. So here's how stupid I am, right? So I was emailing Stuart Winchester about something else, another bit that I'm keeping on the hush hush because it makes me laugh. It was actually his idea. But I said, while I was emailing him, I was like, wait a minute, like everyone, do you know the contact info down at Ober Gatlinburg? He's like, no, I don't have that. He's like, you should probably ask Doug Fish. And I was like, well, that's actually brilliant. And I'm an idiot. Thank you. I should have asked Doug immediately. Shout out to Doug Fish and the Indy Pass, which is why I'm skiing over.
You should ask Mario because he hung out with the guy and drank with him.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I listened to that whole episode that you did with the guy too. Both of you. God damn, I'm an idiot.
It's like you're in Cannon and you just fog everywhere, Tim. What's going on?
You're in a fog.
Dude. Let me tell you something, not to be a dick or anything, but you start seeing, don't never go to WebMD for any reason because you start seeing those symptoms for early onset Alzheimer's, and it's like, well, good, I'm dead. Awesome.
You got long COVID, you got short dementia, you got all kinds of problems.
I got everything, long, short, it doesn't matter, and the short stuff should be longer. I'm just saying. Take that
it's
as
cold.
You will.
It's cold up there.
It is cold up here.
Minus 105 at Mount Washington, right?
Yeah, minus 105 at Mount Washington and minus like 30 here. It's enough.
That is.
It's enough.
And yeah.
But then after next week, I will be back at Whaleback. So come visit me at Whaleback, everyone.
There you go.
Nice.
Well, you have a wonderful time at Ober Gatlinburg, and I believe it is your birthday.
Yes, it is.
Week.
It's
February 22nd, kids. Send wishes.
I'll send you the contact info.
You're the man, Homer.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you, sirs.
It was a great time skiing with you. Had a blast. Hopefully we'll do it again. Maybe this season. If winter comes back, because it's gonna be like hot and shitty next week, but
it's gonna be ugly
and rainy. That's the problem. The rain the next few days.
Big snow American dream, baby.
There you go.
I got a free ticket burning a hole in my pocket. So.
365 days you can ski in New Jersey.
Sometimes.
Just to mock me. As long as there's no fires.
As long as there's no fires or whatever else they got going on there.
God bless
it's a cool
Jersey.
place. God bless Jersey. Love
that it is. Tim, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
We'll do it again.
Right.
We will, man.
All right,
absolutely, man.
Thanks again
Peace
for joining.
out. You're welcome. Peace.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Mario and Brian, Highfalutin Ski Bums podcast, man. I really enjoy getting together with those guys and talking. It's because it's a different dynamic. You see, their show is different, and I react to them. They react to me. So the styles, though the same, still become a little different. Like I don't know if you've noticed in this season, it's been very few swear words. It comes up very rarely. With those guys, we tend to get a little crazy and start cussing. With those guys, we tend to get on with the adult humor and stuff, something that doesn't always happen here, which is totally fine. Obviously, I'm totally into it, and people who know me know that I cuss and stuff too. It just doesn't come up a lot on the program anymore, but it's a lot of fun too, and we had a blast with that recording. We had a blast at Canon, and now you can have a blast with us. Check out Mario and Brian, obviously, at skibumpodcast.com. I do believe that is correct. Let me check that. Yes, that is it. skibumpodcast.com. Check those guys out. I do enjoy their program. I've been on their program a couple times. They've been on this program a couple times. And now we just did this one together. It's on both our programs. I don't know if it's going to work. Was this silly? Was this stupid? I don't know. You have to tell us. We don't know. It might have been better to do live. Who knows? It's an experiment. Like I said, this is an experiment, and my experiment is going to continue for the next episode, where I'm going to try. Now, when I was at Bolton Valley, I was doing a little commentary while I was recording my ski run on the fly. The audio wasn't the best because I'm just shouting it out loud. Now I'm thinking I'm going to mic myself up and record as I go. And I'll get a podcast out of it. Maybe it'll be something bad. Maybe it'll be something good. But I'm going to throw it up there anyway for you all to listen to. And then you can tell me. So there you go. We had this experiment, the Pseudo-Simulcast. We have the next experiment, the On the Go podcast, the Recording on the Go podcast. If you would like, head over to patreon.com/ patreon.com/Ski-Rex Media. If you become a Patreon subscriber, not only do you get early access to the regular podcast, but you get the new podcast. It's Patreon exclusive, bi-weekly, The Darker Side of Ski-Rex Media. In that one, I do tend to swear a little bit more often, and I go a little negative, but I still hope it's a bit of fun, and I hope you understand the joke and the fun of that. And you can check that one out. There's going to be a new one of those this coming Friday, the 24th. So there you go, everyone. I do hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoy Ski-Rex Media as a whole. Remember to like, subscribe, follow, whichever word your favorite podcast app uses, use that and do it. Rate where you can. Only a few places have ratings, and I've had 5-star ratings on Apple Podcasts, so check that out. If you would do that, that would be awesome. skirexmedia.com for everything else. Check the show notes for links, and I think that's it for this week. I'm going to go finish prepping for going to Tennessee, and then I'm going to go do a birthday celebration, and I will see you all out there. Remember, if you want to see Obergallenberg stuff while it's happening, or the same day it happened, go ahead to Ski-Rex Media, social medias on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn even, and you can follow me there and check all that out. I think I've done enough shameless plugs for the afternoon. I will see you all out there. Enjoy the rest of your season later.